Are we funded yet? Are we funded yet?
What about now?
What about now?
Yeah, they're like talking to everybody. They're like, "What the hell is going on?" It's me, Rob, Mr. Anderson, Chuck, who the formerly artist known as Chuck Pino, who wants to be just Chuck, like the TV show, and Travis Gibb. What's up, guys?
What up?
Hey.
So we're here. We're the winter's here. The winter has come. Oh, we should have done that for marketing. Winter is coming. The ADVOCATOR will be here. Come on, Travis.
The winter edition has come.
It's inappropriate. I have children.
So now, if everything goes right, as it should, this is 20. We're going to go now because this is it. Congratulations, your project is live. We are here, guys.
Woo!
It just needed to press a button, and that's it. Kickstarter is live, and this is the winter. Put your egg on its side now. The solstice is when you can have your eggs stand up straight, and the Winter ADVOCATOR is officially launched. So we have a Kickstarter, and here's what it's about. Welcome to the amazing lineup of the Winter ADVOCATOR. Grimwood Crossing follows monster hunters in the Wild West. In this short story, they hunt down the ghosts of a witch that has been haunting the trail into the town. Brought to us by Connor G. Bartel. The mismatched interstellar heroes of Binary Star drop in on a wild party on a black market planet, but while they're building giant tequila ice luges and getting into territorial bar fights with talking dogs, a psychopathic searcher secretly stalks them from the shadows. Brought to us by Jamie Primack. And Mary revised, if someone you love died, would you remember them for who they were or who you wanted them to be? Brought to us by Joseph Duas. Not broke down yet. Everyone has a first day at work, even mobsters. Brought to us by Travis Gibb. The Void has a story from Chuck Pino, and its Welcome to the Void was one side of the coin. Here's the other. And Modern Testament, the ancient story of Noah and his ark, gets reimagined for the modern world. Brought to us by Frank Martin. And that's it, guys. And, of course, the two mistakes on that, which we've now updated since the video was filmed over and over and over again, was it's actually 0, right?
Yeah. Welcome to the Void 0.
It's since Welcome to the Void 0, because that the first issue you launched was 0. This would be
0.5.
0.5. Okay, so this is 0.5. And then the other mistake in the just in a graphic thing is Binary Star. We wanted to update it to the alt cover that was amazing, by the way. And you guys can see all the alt covers that are available.
Jamie's so talented, man.
Oh, she is amazing. I mean, all the work here is like, I was trying to talk about alt covers. I hate alternative covers. Travis is all about them. I hate them as a fan. But in this one project, they're amazing.
Well, and it's appropriate. You know, like if you just have some random project and they're like, let's see how much, you know, like from anything else, it is kind of a money grab. And let's be honest, I'm not saying it's bad. And it is nice to be able to get all.
I got the money to fund my comic.
Yeah, right. Hey, if it works, it works. And you know, if they're cool, they're cool. But what's really awesome about this is that all of those different covers, they matter, you know. And also, I think it's a way of repping. You know, like, oh, dude, I got the broke down cover. I got the Mary cover. You know, like, if that's what you love, that's the one you grabbed.
Very true, Travis. The brain trust behind the alternative covers. He knows about him. He's a marketing guy. What's your favorite cover, would you say? Do you have it?
Let me look at them again because it's been a bit since it's been a minute.
I'll put them on the main screen. There we go. And this isn't counting the new stretch cover that we just made, which is
and I have them hidden too, right? The broke down one's covered, and there's some stuff.
I think it's the Grimwood for me.
I really like that Modern Testament with the slant sideways to show that it's in a thing.
No.
And then Jamie, that is just a sexy piece, meaning I'm aroused. It's sexy.
It's also a great sell that you're instantly curious what just happened.
Yeah.
How have we not funded already?
Right.
Hey, clear it out. Here they come. The broke down one is really cool, though. I really like the broke down cover, especially the coloring of it and all that. I was really a big fan of. And there's Into the Void cover. So I mean, it's a great collection of covers. It's not.
Well, and Kyron, like
Yeah.
Chuck and I often say, Kyron needs to draw.
Yes.
Because he is really talented at drawing, and the fact that he pays someone to do his work is very sad because
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Chuck and I cannot pay people, so therefore our stuff takes forever to come out.
Yeah. If I had his talent, I wouldn't have a crew. Like straight up. I would go Jamie's way, and I would do it all myself, and I would just bang out issue after issue after each issue.
Yeah, I'm just thrown off about how amazing this collective group is. Like, you don't expect to have these many good creators with this much powerful story in anything. Even when you have great creators, you're kind of seeing brand new content, and that's not what we're doing here. We're giving the world what they want, which is kind of cool and awesome all in itself. I mean, we're giving them a Void story that matters. In this case, that actually helps the Void explain a little bit more about the entire universe it's in, right?
Yeah. I'm really happy with that one, and that one goes. A lot of the love for that one actually goes out to Travis, who originally was like, man, you should do something for this, and I was like, dude, I can't afford art, and he said, oh, screw it, you use the art you've got, and I'm like, what? And I let that one sit for a while, and this is what we came up with. I'm so proud of it. My wife actually just read it now. She hadn't been able to, and she was like, oh, damn, that's really good. I'm like, yeah, I think I like this so much that if I ever reprint issue 0, this will be put in with it because it goes so well with it.
And that's also an awesome thing about this project is that the creators are allowed to reuse this stuff and are encouraged to. This is never meant to be throwaway work because creators are so busy. Why would we come up with something that we're going to own, tell them that it's just in our book, and then as soon as they give it to us, we'll give them 2 copies and tell them to fuck off?
Yeah.
And that's what that's not all, and I have to stress this. I know that there are people out there who are paying their writers, who are paying their artists. There's some good people who are doing these anthologies. But for the most part, we've all experienced you don't get something for what you do. You get very little to help other people further their career. And that was not something we wanted to do. And that's why Modern Testament's in the book. This is a story from his universe, and it's new to many people. I mean, I think that we had said that this is something that, of course, will be in one of his upcoming, we sure, printed novels. And that's okay, right, Travis? We want him to use it.
Yeah. No, all this stuff can be used in whatever they want. All we want is the first print rights if we can. That's our goal, and we want it to matter. So this story helps the bottom line. It helps the project. That's what we want.
And it doesn't.
By the way, the Christmas special. I know that you two are probably waiting. The Christmas edition is online now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't live when we went live because I messed up. So let me tell you guys about this. I'm sorry to blow up people's mind. So we put up just until Christmas Eve, the day after Christmas. We'll give you a little bit of time. We have a $25 pack that you get all the covers.
Oh, you did that? You actually
I did.
See, I think that's way too good of an offer.
Yeah. I know I'm probably screwing you over. I'm probably screwing the project over, but that's okay. Because people love Welcome to the Void. They love Jamie's book, Binary Star. They love Grimwood Crossing. So why not get one of each cover?
And I can't do anything. It's already got a backer. It's not even like I could be like, well, Travis, let's just pause it for a minute and talk about that. He waited until live. He waited.
You guys know we already have 2 backers, just like that.
Thanks, Mom. Oh man, no, kidding around aside, I'm super excited about this project. We have to tell everyone about it. I mean, the egg has standed on its side. It is now live. It is awesome. And we're going at a difficult time of the year, and we're very aware of that. But it just made sense to go live now, to be able to hang out with the holidays. Let's be honest, the holidays are over for the most part at this point. Holidays are done. Now it's about celebrating it. Now it's about enjoying the holidays, right, Travis?
It's a little too dark. Yeah, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. Yeah.
And we got to look at the shirt Travis is wearing. I did notice it right away. I knew right away. is, and that's something that we're talking about. Maybe there'll be a special day where we talk about maybe giving those shirts away to some backers on a special thing. One of the things I liked that Travis did was when he had his Kickstarter, he did these like almost like fan episodes where you just went on Facebook Live and were like, make me want to give you a t-shirt. Do something to make me give you a t-shirt. And while you were talking about your project, and I thought that was cool. So we might be giving things like that away. We're going to try to do.
No, we definitely will. I mean, I'll be giving away and sending out issues of Broke Down to people, adding them to their rewards and stuff like that. So we'll be doing stuff. The thing is, what makes this project difficult and exciting is we don't want it to fall onto Chuck's hands to fulfill everything. We don't want it to fall into my hands. We don't want it to fall on, Rob's hands. And we also understand that all of us have day jobs. So anything could happen. So that's why you'll see no sketch covers here. You'll see none of the normal things that we'd love to do and give you guys. But we really wanted to make sure that the book is done and we can just give it out to everyone, and that there's not going to be any problems, because really you're not done until everyone's fulfilled. That's just the reality.
And right now, the current plan, the reason I say current plan is because you never know with printers what can happen. I've had problems in the past, speaking from experience, but right now we have a plan to give all of this over to the printer. So basically, when the Kickstarter is done, the check goes to them. We'll negotiate as many copies as we can, then evenly distribute them. Yeah. I'm going to get copies, but I'm going to get copies somehow through backing the project or back-ending some money into Kraken. I'm not taking any of the proceeds from this. The copies I get will be bought. And the only reason that I'm not taking copies is because I'm not in this project technically. And I know I'm a letterer for Chuck, and it's listed. But I even told Chuck I don't want any of your copies for that. It's lettering. Lettering, as much as I love lettering, it's an ancillary thing. I don't really expect anything for it. And I told Chuck I didn't want to take away copies for what I did. But here's the graph that Travis made us. Pretty little graph that it is. And for those wondering, shipping 500, and I know some people might look at that and go, why would you need 500 shipping?
Hey, somebody's at my door. I'll be right back.
All right, Travis will be back. 500 in shipping's actually not that off, considering how many hundreds of copies we have to ship out, right?
Shipping's expensive, man.
Yeah, and then the printing, of course, is always going to be your lion's share. And then $750 for the alt covers. And like I said in here, the only way to make money is to actually hustle and sell more copies than the other creators in the group. That's it.
Oh, if that's the case, I'm going to move my 25 for all covers to just mine.
No, you missed it. I said the only way to make money was to actually sell the book at tables.
Oh.
Tables.
Oh, boring.
Oh, I'm out again.
You have to hustle. There's no advantage. No creator's given any more than another creator. This is all about, and creators can buy extra copies if they want to, granted.
Yeah, it'll be at the end, and really, we may even have a plan that's built in, but we cannot do anything without it being funded.
Yeah.
That's why this is so important to fund. We cannot do anything special or allow people to buy extra copies until we funded the basics of it.
Yep.
And then we can negotiate those deals to get a better deal for everybody, but we have to be funded first. So we need to get that going.
Yeah, and making comics isn't cheap. And a lot of people, I think it's cheap, and you don't understand. Shipping is $500. That's a lot when you come to think of a project. When you look at a Kickstarter next time and someone's asking for $2,000, remember shipping can take up almost a quarter of that.
Wow.
Depending how many copies have to be shipped. Remember, the book has to be shipped somewhere. So unless you're and there are Kickstarters that are making maybe 100 copies, the shipping might be less. But in this case, I think our goal is to get how many copies at least? I think it's like
it's 1,200.
1,200. Currently 1,200.
So we're thinking that the 100, we're going to have to send 100 to 200 out, and then the rest will be split. The 1,000 will be split. That's it.
And that's it, guys. And you know it now. So there's not much more to talk about right now. We all can individually go out, advocate for this. We don't expect it to be funded in a day, of course, because of the holiday. We know that this is a bit of an uphill, but we also gave ourselves some extra time because of that, because we knew the holiday was here. So we're actually running a 41-day project. I do stress, and I want to stress to everyone because I know Chuck has to leave us in just a few minutes. He's got stuff to do. He's got his beautiful pirate shirt on that we had to make fun of while we were alive.
Yeah, I'm going to be working.
I stress this. Remember, if you're putting money into this project and you're backing it, your money doesn't come out of your account right now. The money won't come out of your account until January 31st at 10:15 p.m. Okay? So that means you won't have to have money in your account for an entire 41 days. Yeah. You can pay your bills. You can take a minute. You can breathe. And I wanted to thank Madeline, who's a backer of our project. We're already at $45. We should actually see if we can see who the backers are. And announce.
You can just go to backer report.
You know what I'm saying?
It can, but it's not very exciting right now.
It's just you guys. Blah.
You could have lied. You could have just been like, "We have 3 backers, great," and moved on.
I didn't know these things. You all saw. I'm so excited. But we're going to get there. And, of course, the reason that the guys are backing is because they're supposed to back it. You know, you're supposed to back your own projects. When you're on Kickstarter, make sure you're backing your own project. So I'm running it right here.
No, here's the other reason why I'm backing it. To be honest, when I get my cover, I can request whatever covers I want. Obviously, I'm going to want as many broke down and basic covers as I can.
That's true. Yeah.
That's so. But as a fan, because I'm a fan of these projects, I'm the project manager of this, and I'm going to be honest, I am a fan of these projects. Welcome to the Void is a comic that I purchased on the Kickstarter.
Yeah,
Modern Testament, I purchased on the Kickstarter. Grimwood Crossing, I purchased his Swords and Sorrow. I didn't purchase Grimwood, but I purchased Shepstone. Binary Star, I have his graphic novel. Joseph Dell, I supported Dr. Arns. These are projects that I believe in, and I want their book in my collection, and I want their covers. I want them to feel it's special because it is special. That Chiron cover is dope. That Modern Testament cover is dope, but I want them, you know?
I'm just curious. During my last Kickstarter, you said you don't back a lot of Kickstarters. You're very selective. What was that about, Travis? No, Travis does back a lot of Kickstarters. He's a great supporter of people. Of course, Chuck is. And I'm the same way. I want these as a fan.
Look, we just got another backer to back us for the big overall the thing. Look at that.
Oh, I'm not looking at that. It's going to be you.
Hey, your wife?
It's you, or it's like one of your friends, isn't it?
No, it is. I don't know who the guy is.
Hey, beautiful.
That's my daughter. Yes, I know.
I thought that was your wife. I'm like, hey.
See, there's no pattern here. We all just crazy.
Hey, kids, get in here. Screw it. Everything goes.
I was napping like 20 minutes ago. I almost missed my own launch. Oh, boy. All right, guys. But yeah.
I forgot how much I missed Kickstarter.
Wait, hold on.
Hold on.
We're going to investigate something here. Hold on.
He's going to check who the backer is so I don't embarrass us.
No. I know who the backer is, but he came from my page. So I'm not, this is an ego thing. And we're, again, one of the great things about going on with Chuck and Rob Anderson is we don't care. We don't have a filter. So we're going to just go through it anyways. So I want to see if he backed my project back in the day. If he even backed Broke Down. I don't think he has.
Oh,
this dude doesn't even have Broke Down, came from the Broke Down page and backed the Advocator.
Yeah.
You guys are stealing my customers already.
And we're at 5 backers, too.
That's awesome, guys. But no, I am so excited about this. We've been talking about this for months. This is going to be a great project. It's 5 o'clock at night. We know that there's Christmas parties going on. We know that it's not going to be crazy right now. But, man, we're so proud that you guys want to be part of this, that you guys are feel that this is valuable.
And we're already over 100.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a small milestone when you're going for 2,000, but it's an important one. Kev says just back 25. We'll spread the word over the next few days. And Kev Davies is an awesome creator. That's like a vote of confidence right there. And that's what's so amazing when we have these people like Madeline and we have Kev Davies and they back our projects. It's absolutely mind-blowing that these people who have such great content are actually saying, hey, you guys did a good job. I'm going to back your project. And that's what's happening right now. This is votes of confidence that, I mean, you have a wow factor. It's great when anyone backs it, but when it's people who are your peers that are backing it, you're blown away.
No.
Okay, Jay Start Radar is saying, been looking into local venues, hopefully getting any con rolling. I'm going to be hitting you up for some info soon, Rob. And of course, Travis and me are working on some friendly Comic Cons at Acme Comic this year. 4 of them.
Yeah. I actually may even have a surprise for Rob. I got invited to the big comic store out here locally to come do some stuff.
Oh, very cool.
Alfred Jones asked, "What is the Advocator?"
Should I play the video?
No. I think you should. What is the Advocator? Tell me.
Okay, the Advocator Presents is a collection of short stories from indie creators who have their own pre-established franchises, now offering continued stories of the characters you have fallen in love with and may even gain some insight into these characters. For some of our creators featured in this volume that you're already a fan of, you get a new story that has never been seen before. The Advocator Presents is a new way to advocate for creators and their creations by allowing and challenging them to create new stories within their world, and then advocate for each other on the Comic-Con highway. A great benefit of this project is that creators are all equal in this project, and all creators will get an even share of the printed books. No one creator profits over the other creators outside of the hustle of sales at their tables. That is what the Advocator Presents is.
No, that's what it is. Yeah, it's like I said, we've got.
And he pulled that right out of his ass. That was beautifully done.
Yeah, like I do the announcer voice and all that, and he's like, I guess so. I would have put more gusto on it. The Advocator is basically the game changer. The Advocator is what's going to make everything different from now on, because we're showing that creators can work together and not have to step on each other to get ahead, and that's something that's really needed right now. A coming together and showing the power of indie creators. And that's why I'm so excited about this. No egos. I am so happy to say that this project has been one of the easiest projects to come together. And a lot of that has to do with Travis Gibb bringing together such amazing creators, being behind the scenes, making the group. And he's even handled some egos early on and knew to remove them from the group that it would be conflicting with each other. So he had the foresight to make sure that no one entered this project that could hurt the project. And I take my hat off to him for that.
I really appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. One of the things that made this project particularly hard is not just egos. It's making sure your brands are consistent. So sometimes it's not even a comic thing. It's making sure that your brand is consistent. For instance, Chuck and I, we're very liberal with the F word. In fact, our editors say, "Hey, we should put the F word less in our books." I know I've said that to him. He said that to me.
I've literally gotten it from you. Less fucks, please.
But so we had to be careful of who we put into it. And it's not the bad thing, because there's also tons of people who are doing kid-friendly, and kid-friendly needs to happen. And all these other different options. So we needed to make sure that's all connected. We needed to make sure there's a woman in here. It was very important for this project to have a woman, and that's where Jamie came in. Even though Jamie was, someone who's mine, I've been admiring her for a long time, and I never talked to her. I backed her project, and I was just like, I'd really like to get Jamie. And Rob's like, let's ask her. I was like, I don't know, Rob, I don't know. Instant Messenger pops up. Hey, Jamie, we're doing this Advocator.
Yeah, I know a lot of people. I do, and it was really easy to get people to be convinced. Brian K. Morris is in on it. There are some big names, I'm not going to drop them, that are interested in it, and I'm sure they're looking at what we do now as the footprint. And that's why this first issue is so important.
I did want to say something, because I just saw something. We all have access to the Advocator page, and one of the Eric Hawkins, who works with Brian K. Morris as his artist, he just shared it, and he said his exact words, these are not my words, "Hey, comic fans, this is a great book to support, especially since if the first issue is successful, then the second issue has a story by Brian K. Morris and myself. So if you definitely want to see some of Brian's writings with my art, then support this book by sharing the link in your timeline or helping fund the book. Thanks. And that actually says a lot. Like, first off, he's already advocating for us, and he has nothing to do with the project at this point. He's already looking ahead saying, hey man, this is just a cool thing that we all get to be a part of and that we all get to push forward. And if you want to continue to see the Advocator happen, it needs to happen now. And I love that we didn't have to say that. Someone else is already saying it.
That is cool. Do you know why Neil Armstrong was the first one to touch the moon?
I did.
It's fake, but go on.
It's because the guy behind him was like, no, go ahead, let's see what happens first. So that's why you guys are issue number 1, and me and Brian K. Morris are issue number 2. Guys, step on the moon. I want to see what happens. I mean, let's do this. I like Travis. He's like, this is not.
Yeah, no. The issue 2 is killer. Issue 2 is done for the most part. I mean, we're waiting on one story that I know is done art wise. They're just coloring it.
All right,
like,
dude, get to it. I'm in issue 2, of course, and mine's a cool crossover. I'm doing something that no one else has ever done. I'm going to have a 4-page story that advocates for 3 different titles at once. That's right, dropping my mic right there. 3 different universes in one story. I like Chuck. And Chuck was like, wow, that's really clever. And it's always insulting when your editor goes, that's really clever. How did you come up with that? I didn't think you could do right. Like, I didn't think you were that talented.
I know you better than a lot of others.
Why don't you write like this more often? It would work.
You know, if you did this in all your stuff. No, I'm kidding. No, I think it's awesome. I love the idea of it.
And that's what's super cool about this. And while very serious stories here and very good stories, mine's definitely a little more tongue-in-cheek, and it takes a moment where you can introduce characters in a new way. Same characters. I'm not changing anything about my characters. I'm showing the different side of them. Because when you have your characters, you know, with the Void, he's going through a very bad time. But what if we just saw Manny one day at the mall in a good mood? What would Manny be doing at the mall in a good mood? You know, like crossings, like they're killing things that are bad in the Wild West. What happens if they went to a nice, like, brothel at the nighttime? What would happen? Would there be fun at the brothel? That's where they went at night, right? In the Wild West? Or like brothels / bars. That was where the cool kids were. Binary Star is kind of like my story. They're having fun. They're taking a minute off of what's going on, but introducing a cool element to the story that you might not have seen coming.
Actually, one of the cool things about her story is she wrote the first page of that story is the first page of her original Binary Star, and they're like 4 years apart. And you can see how well her art has changed, how her detail is. And it's kind of cool to revisit.
Yeah.
Broke Down and 4 Dead Bodies are, of course, it's not even broke down yet. Like the cool thing about your cover is it crosses off the broke down. It gives us a view of it. And not just that, but this is a what if almost art-wise, right? This is almost how the project looked.
Yeah. So this is a guy who I worked with on a short story called The Mirror, which Chuck may be using very soon. We've been talking about it for a bit. And what it is the original concept that I wrote for the book. So I wrote this whole thing, and this was the art. The guy started it, and it didn't work. It wasn't what the feeling that I really wanted to go with it. And I just sat on it. It's been dead art. And then I was going through it, and I was like, you know what would be really cool? Go ahead and show the page. If you scroll down and show the big page. Or is that up? I don't know where it is.
That one, right?
Go ahead, Chuck.
As you guys are doing that, I hate to say it, I gotta run to work. I'm gonna be late. So tons of love to you guys. Kick ass, and let's hope to do this again real soon.
Oh, we will, yeah.
All right. Peace out, boys.
Peace out. Thank you. So what's cool about it is we created, so when I did this book, I used those characters, but I found a story in the 4 pages of art that he had. to make. And I added a new character, a new universe. I added depth. This is Denver, the two main characters, Randy and Denver, in their first job together. So this is a short story of what happens in that. So it's pretty cool.
All right, comment from our section. If any of you advocator gents in the know have any info on how to get a con started from the ground up, I'd appreciate anything you can tell me. Please PM me. Also, would any West Coast, Northern California creators be interested? Thanks a million, Stu. I do. I basically know how to start a convention. It's pretty simple, actually, to start a convention. It's just harder to implement, right, Travis?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in this day and age, because a lot of people are doing it. And you have to have a draw. Back in the day, if you built it, they will come. That was a legit thing. It's not that way anymore. You have to build it. You have to market it. You have to have something that's enticing that people want to see and want to do.
And it's the insurance too sometimes. Now, having an insurance person, and that would be one of the first things to look at is your insurance quotes, because the size of the venue will determine how much you pay for insurance. And I give people who do cons, like the promoters, publicly. I'm very hard on cons, and I want them to be up to a standard. But I'm not blind to the fact it is not easy to do anything with a con, and it's that's why there are things built in with what I do to give them credit. Okay, this was this. It rained, so that affects things. But there are certain things you can do right, like promote. I think we can agree promoting is a very important part of a con. That's going to be 90% of your work. The rest is 10%.
Yeah. Well, and making sure sometimes the biggest people who you think are going to be your supporters aren't the biggest money spenders. So, for instance, cosplay is really, really great, but cosplayers go there to show off their cosplay. They don't go there to spend money a lot of times. I'm not saying that as a negative or a downing of cosplayers. This is just what we've heard from cons time and time again. So bringing that big cosplay group, especially if you're spending money on it, may not be beneficial to your event, because all they are is going, and they're not going to be in the main floor. They're going to be in their own section, taking pictures, doing their own thing. So you've got to have a balance of everything. And that's why cons have gone this way, where it's not just about comics, it's not just about movies, it's not just about games. It's kind of, they have to feel that they have to do everything. Rob and I are on a different, boat. We feel that it doesn't have to be everybody, but
yeah.
But I think majority of people feel that way.
I think also a lot of people have seen some success and mistaken what success was. Sometimes with success, you just copy without understanding why it was successful. People saw people having cosplayers and cons went well, and they thought, well, this is because of the cosplayer people bring in cosplayer people. And from talking to promoters in private, cosplayers do not bring in other cosplayers. Cosplayers show up on their own and get a little bit catty with the professionals, and the professionals get a little catty with the ones, because it's like going to Times Square. The cosplayers are looking for money now, and there's a bit of a competition between the ones trying to get money. So that was something I found, like, that's even like we had to back away from cosplaying because it's gotten so ugly in the last couple of months, and just the way that people are framing it, and especially with the Me Too movement, people are now accused of over-sexualizing people by sharing pictures of cosplayers. It's ridiculous right now how difficult cosplaying is. And that's not to attack cosplayers. It's just the reality of the situation we're in right now. And you got to be ready for that to change in a moment. This year was the beginning of the end of the way cosplaying was. Of course it'll survive. Of course it'll come out the other end something different. Hopefully with a little more respect for cosplayers and not touching them all the time. But yeah, we have a couple ideas.
Absolutely. And I'm not leaving this, by the way, until we have 10 backers.
Who is the gent on the screen, Rob? That's Oh, wow. Well, let me introduce you, Stu. This is Travis Gibb. He's the project manager behind The Advocator, creator of Broke Down the Four Dead Bodies, and the influencer of picking up the Sins anthology, dusting it off and saying, you can do better with this, and forcing me to do something with a good idea that I wasn't at the time really ready to deal with. And he took the bull by the horns, made sure to keep me in the loop and bother me as much as he could about it in a good way. And I mean that in a good way, because you need to be bothered when it's a good idea to get off your ass and be part of this. He made me put the word out. He made sure I was doing things with it, and I didn't let it just go to the side like I had done with the other projects that had kind of fallen apart in 2018. As a matter of fact, credit to Travis, this is the first project that's actually been successful for me all year. All my other ones had fallen apart, and I was getting very frustrated by the time I'd met him because of things outside of my control, of course. So this is a great guy. If you're not following him, Travis can be found at 4deadbodies.com.
Yeah, it's broke down at 4deadbodies.com. Brokedowncomics.com is fine. You can follow me on Facebook, Travis Gibb. If you want to follow me on Instagram or Twitter, I use the handle Juster Lou, Juster JESTLOU, for Instagram or for Twitter.
I actually didn't know you did that for that. Oh, Travis went bye. He'll be back. I'm sure he just hit the wrong button. That was funny though. He just went, and he left. I'll save the nice to meet you, Travis, for him. Oh, here he is. Travis, Stu said nice to meet you, by the way.
Hey, nice to meet you, Stu. Like I said, I'm a big fan of indie creators. I'm a big fan of this Kickstarter universe, and you are literally getting the best of the best. Most of these Kickstarters were funded successfully. Well, actually, all of them were. Every one of these were a successful Kickstarter last year. All of them were 3,000 plus for each of them. And money shouldn't be a thing, but what we're saying is we're having projects that people want to see. So we're not just giving you projects that you don't want to see. These are projects and creators people want to read more from, and we're giving you more. We're helping you feel that get that itch until they can get the next book together. Because my next book is not coming out till March, and I launched in like July or so. So it's been a long time.
Yeah, and the cool thing is you can find the links to all the Kickstarters that they go back to, by the way, in the different sections that they have. And you have Welcome to the Void. You can have there. And if you want to follow Travis when we get to his actual page, I believe you have a clickback link. So just click here, and this will take you right to Travis's thing. Of course, subscribe to his site, get his email. He doesn't do too many emails, very respectful amount. He's got a whole cool website here. He does this cool big screen thing, and does his comics. He's got his casts. Very well put together site. Little envious of it too, because I know how hard it is to make a site like this. This is not simple stuff that he has put together here. This is a very well put together site. And trust me, as someone who deals with the site, I'm envious of the fact that he's done so well. So it's a great site. He knows what he's doing. Look at this Grimwood Crossing art. Goodness. My goodness. Just the talent that's within this project is amazing. And I'm super thrilled to be part of this, even in the small way that I am. And I'm super excited to be in issue number 2. Issue number 2 is like the highlight of my 2019 so far, being able to talk about that. Just being together in a project with Brian K. Morris is super exciting. And of course, one day we hope to put this together in a trade, and we haven't figured out how it'll work, but the idea that me and Travis and Chuck could be in the same book at one time with a Brian K. Morris, with a Binary Star, with a Joseph with one of his stories, Modern Testament creator and Grimwood Crossings creator. We have Connor, we have Frank, Jamie. It's mind blowing the talent that we're seeing this. And Stu says, "Awesome, thanks so much, Rob. I really appreciate it, and hoping to get an IndieCom off the ground. I think ground, yeah, off the ground. Yeah. You should.
Stu, to be honest, this is the book you need to pick up, and I'm not doing that just because it's our book. These are some of the top guys who are doing indie right now. Like I said, none of these projects funded for less than 3,000. That means they each have at least 150 fans who followed them and paid for it at the minimum. Some of them more. So I mean, these are people who are up and coming. Are get your stuff. If you want to get people on the cheap or invite people, these are the books and things, and this gives you a taste of what you may want at your table.
And I mean, these are great. Well, do you know what Connor is?
What's up?
Where Connor is? What part of the
Alaska?
Alaska. Oh yeah, Alaska. That's right. Connor's Alaska. Well, I mean, he's closer to California than we are.
Right, sure.
Because we're in Florida. He's actually closer. You might actually be able to get him. I know Jamie's Midwest. I don't want to nail down exactly her state. I know she's Midwest, and I'll leave it at that. Chuck is Texas. And,
Yep.
Joe is, we figured this out, like south, right? He's like, I think Tennessee or Kansas, we said.
Yeah.
So we were also, this is what me and him sat around and actually talked about. What does our demographic footprint look like? This is what we were thinking when we were doing this, including we want to really invite people to be part of something that's awesome. And this was our invite for that. And we want you to be excited. And we want this to lead to Comic-Cons because we want to prove in 2019, not only do we as indie advocates, which gives birth to this idea, want to make it a more professional thing, but we want to show indie comics works. That's why the Advocator was the perfect spinoff for our website. It's why it got its name, actually. And it's exciting that it's going to not be part of the site forever. The goal is to get its own website, right, Travis?
We eventually want to give it its own website so people can use it kind of as a where the Indie Advocates is going to be about supporting them and moving on to the next. This is going to be really highlighting these creators in their book and following along their journeys. So we'll have a section for each of the books that are in it and doing its own thing. And so we're definitely going to do that. It'll probably be part of the issue 2 launch. But what it's going to do is really allow you to follow these creators, allow them to have a spot where they can kind of post and promote and gain fans. You know, we want people to be able to gain fans and grow their Kickstarter.
And an encyclopedia of creators as we continue to add creators onto the project. And we'll be able to give a section where maybe we can really highlight the letterers and the colorists of each project and let that begin to shine, because this is a very awesome thing. I was like, wait a minute, we have a mock-up book? I realized I'm on the Void thing. I was like, that's so cool. We have a mock-up book. But yeah, I mean,
I can make us one of those.
We should do one of those, actually.
We can.
I really like that. Did you do that for Chuck? Was that you?
No, but I did. There's one on mine, I think. If you look at mine.
Let's go over to yours and see the mock. I love the mock-up books. The mock-up books always make me. And look at the stuff that he does. You know, I'm really a huge fan of what Travis does, and I raised the game on what I could do in this Kickstarter because I helped with this and I got brought on, and I was very thrilled with the new, like, the borders we put in for it. I want to be more professional in 2019, and I absolutely love this. And of course, because we're 4-page stories, we're not going to give you guys any first pages lettered because it gives away a quarter of the story. Right. So you're not seeing a lot because they are shorter stories. We could ask for unlettered pages if you guys really wanted, but I think you guys get what we're doing. Trading cards is definitely something that we could talk about one day, maybe as this project gets bigger. Because that's the cool thing. Like, as the project gets bigger, we can do more, but it's up to you guys to get us there. And this is you guys, you know, being our thing. Is this it?
So I could do something like that, which is what I should do.
That would be kind of cool, especially with, like, the stretch cover across like that.
Yep.
Oh, for those who don't know, actually, like, okay, that's actually a good thing to bring up.
Yeah. Well, I'm not leaving till we have 10 backers, so we're almost there. We need one more.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So
we got 10. Damn it.
There, he's out. I was gonna show him something. Come on, can't we just wait 1 minute? All right, no, but here, let me open this real quick, and then 10 backers ain't bad, man.
No, we're doing great.
And this is during Christmas holiday. I stress that well, a couple of my friends were like, "Why would you go during Christmas?" Because it was like everyone's like, "It'll never work," and I'm like, "But no one's money's leaving until after Christmas." And that's something to remember. You can back it now and whoa, not have to worry. This is how big I play it. My files are so huge, it blows up screens. Here we go. This is the official cover, and you guys are seeing this basically as a first-time audience. No one else has really seen this before. This is going to be the stretch cover that's going to go around. That's why there's a gap here, because this is the fold. So right here, you'd fold the book, and then you'd have both sides there. Look how beautiful that is when everything is put together. And this is Travis's idea, by the way. Credit to him. This is his setup. He designed the cover. I lent a hand with some of my editing skills, but this is
you made it better, especially that mirror revised. That's so much better than what I had.
You know what I'm really proud of? The Grimwood crossings.
Yeah.
I think the Grimwood crossing came out so nice with the skull in the air, and it pops so well. I decided to put the female character on the cover because I wanted to, you know, show that we're a diverse looking company. So that's why I wanted, if you look at it, there's an even amount of female and male representation on the cover on purpose. Just about. There's one more male, but there's just about an
That's
even.
not true. That's a lioness. That's a lion, and that's a female because they come in twos.
No, but you got 3 male characters from you. We got Mary. We got.
But that's a female giraffe.
Oh, okay. There we go. It's even. It's even. And we don't know about Manny. We haven't judged Manny yet because, you know, Manny can do anything in the void. We're not going to put a title on him. He can pick his own gender. And you never know in any of these books where something like that can come up. It's a great world that we live in, that we can have these conversations of some deep issues. So, you know, you never know what's going to show up in an Advocator, what stories will be told in the Advocator. And that's the point. We're giving creators the ability to have a stage, to have something where they can talk to you about the characters that they want. And we want to be inclusive. You know, it's weird for 2 guys to sit around, I'm sure, and talk about, no, it was important that there be a woman represented in our book, but it's not weird. It's empowering to know that we want to make sure that female creators are taken as serious as everyone else, because they are as serious as everyone else. They are as talented as everyone else, and they are part of our community, and we want them represented properly in our community. And we want to be inclusive. There's, I mean, we talk about, this is the new reality. We have to talk about these things to make sure we make everyone feel welcome. And we're never, I don't think that we'll ever say, well, this book has to be all this type of creator. That's not what we're looking for. But we are looking to make sure that we're representing, and you'll see representation throughout this whole series, different people, different backgrounds, different parts of the world. And of course, you know, Travis, they all went first. My stuff wasn't good enough for issue #1. Plus, it wouldn't have been cool for me and Travis to be in the same book because 2 Florida guys. We try not to have too many Florida guys in a book.
I'm trying to think of a response. Our goal, which it's kind of sad on some level that we're not in the same book, because, and I really want to show that, kind of talk about that. We wanted to make it fair to everybody, meaning the goal was for this, if Rob's at a show and any of these creators are here, he can send them 2 tables. Rob and I are going to be doing a lot of shows in 2019 together, but we may not always table together. It's good that I can send people across the room to get a book signed by Rob and vice versa. Since we're not, but we show, even though that was our goal and the vision of this story was to do that, when we looked at it, we really wanted to give people and put things out that work and that are good for the story first. And these were the stories that we felt fit. And Rob took a second. He's like, I'm going to back down and go in issue 2 to make sure that, you know, it's all together and it's good. And Rob thank God for Rob, because this wouldn't even be live if it was for me, because I have so many things going on right now. Rob was like, you know what, I'll take the reins. I'll go ahead and back this. This is the first time that people that at Kickstarter, as far as I know, has a hype man who's not part of the project.
You know, I do hand out in the Advocate, so, you know, I'm just doing love here. And, you know, I did come up with some of these things, but I also, you know, I'm inspired by what I see. And in this, I knew we had to have this very professional look to it, this great showcasing of this amazing talent. We have this nice setup. It's beautiful. And we, a lot of this was from Travis picking the 1920s font. Forgot the name of it, but it reminds me of the 1920s. It's this elegant,
your version of it is way better than mine.
It's a free version I got somewhere. And if I could have gotten yours, I would have, but I couldn't track it down. Yeah. And you never told me the name of it. So I was like, this one looks really cool. It reminds me of the Rocketeer, believe it or not. Remember the Rocketeer?
Yeah. It definitely has the Rocketeer feel. I like it.
You know, and, you know, I did my usual coloring thing. And I'm sure some people are like, why is Rob like color so much? It's called ADHD. Get over it. If it doesn't have color, I get bored. I'm like a child. I need colors.
But you only did it in that one section, so nobody should be mad.
Yeah, and people are always like, why can't he? I can, and I have proven I can actually really letter the right way. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. With the book that you'll see with, and you can see a little bit of coloring here with the winter edition. The color choice wasn't mine. That was someone else's. That was Chuck who actually wanted it that way. I just did something cool, and I'll talk about this very, very, very shortly. But there's something really cool that me and Chuck talked about. When you see the lettering in the book, the lettering boxes do something cool for just one of the characters on purpose, and that has something to do with the story. And it was a really cool thing, and Chuck can explain it later. He said he did want to explain it because we talked about why I did it, and he loved the idea, and he said, oh my God, I have to tell people about that. And I think Travis knows why we did that.
Yeah. I know the background. Yeah.
And even Travis, like, because Travis hates my lettering. Like, he'll be like, Rob's a really good writer, but he's a horrible letterer. And in this project, he was like, wow, you actually did a good job. Like, he was so surprised. I was so heart touched. And I was like, I hate you. My lettering for monsters is good. You just don't understand it. It's ahead of its time.
Well, it's when people say wall of text, I think they're talking about Rob's books.
I am a wordy bitch. I got a lot to say. What can I say? But no, I'm excited about this.
Well, one of the things I think we should do, again, because Rob and I talk like this, we talk about things. I think so. Going back to the cover, I think that go back to the cover at the top.
Yeah, I'm going right now. There it is.
All right, it's not on my screen. You must be lagging.
Oh, hold on. I switched you over. Do you see it now?
I can't, but that's okay. No big deal. As long as you can see it. So I think the white background should change based on the season. Winter is white. Maybe fall will be more of an orange. Spring will be like a blue.
Yeah, and I think the font changes for each book.
What's up?
The font should change to the book too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it could be. I think that could be really interesting if the font of the Advocator Presents changes. Well, you want some consistency, so we may keep that, but we'll see.
Well, you could always change the winter edition to a new font, and then use that next new font with the other Advocator, or maybe Presents. That's the cool thing, is that it's creators getting together. By the way, Stuart said I really dig the inclusivity, and I know I'm saying that a little off, but you guys get what I'm saying. Yeah, but the awesome thing about this is that it's all of us creators. We get feedback from the group. We want to hear what everyone else. This is just me and Travis sitting around, playing with our beards, going, "This is how it will be," like DC Comics used to do. No, we reach out to everyone. That's why we have me, Travis, and Chuck. And there are a lot of things that Travis saw that I did, and he was like, "I don't like it." And that was it. We didn't really fight about it. When someone wanted something to change, there are things about this cover that I would have done differently. And some people might have saw an earlier version, but when it came down to it, it was the creator. So as a creator comes over and goes, I'd rather this be showcased, boom, that's your project. This is your position in the screen. If you want something changed on your position of the screen or cover, it'll be changed. This is representing you, but it also has to be quality, because of course this is on everyone's book. So if someone wanted to put like an image that had nothing to do with, like, let's say that one of the creators, just going back to Ego, and again, we're so happy to not have Ego. But let's say a creator's like, well, I want a picture of me on the cover. We would say, no, that doesn't fit. Again, the what did you call it? The consistency of the project.
Right.
And that's important. This is very consistent. You look at this, and this is a powerful cover. This I would buy on a Comic-Con. I would be instantly excited about this, and that was what we wanted to achieve. Making people excited about an amazing project, some amazing creators. Have we broke the 10? Yeah, we did do 10, right?
Yes.
See, I'm lagging. Okay, so we got 10 amazing backers. We're almost at 200.
Yeah, I'm trying to get us. We need $5 more. So does anybody have $5? Buy the digital version. We need to get to 200. That's a good start for our first hour live.
Yeah.
So
we're not even there yet. Let me put it on Twitter real quick, because I don't think we have.
Somebody backed us.
Oh, there we go. Oh, this is easy. We just have to stay on now for 41 days.
Right.
Sorry, everyone. Everything else is canceled. Me and Travis will be on the computer indefinitely.
Yeah, as long as this happens, we're just gonna just $5 more, guys. Just $5 more.
We'll have Christmas music playing in the background. No, we'll be there in a minute. Just keep going. We're coming. All right, let's see.
So wait a minute. What does it take to get us to 10% funded? Because I think we're at 7 now, right?
Yeah, 7%. I can show. Hold on, I'll look right now. You can
There's a way to see that. I forgot how to do that.
Oh, we're here now. 7%. Very good. Hey, look at that math skills of yours. You're smart.
Right. So now we just need we need to get to 10%. 10% funded in the first 2 hours. That's all we need.
That's an easy one. I can tell you how to get to 10%. We'd need 270. So you need 55 right now?
Okay.
Yeah, 55.
That's two complete cover editions. That's nothing.
What we need to do is stand up and start going, papers. Who wants their papers?
Who wants the papes? Back to papes.
Well, let's see. Let's see where this is actually. Let's take the link and let's put it on some places and see if we can stir up some stuff. Let's go to that evil place we know as Facebook and see what we can do. Now, you put it on the ADVOCATOR development group. You put it on the ADVOCATOR.
I did not put it on the ADVOCATOR development group. I did, but I didn't. But I'll do that if you want to get some of your groups. I haven't done any of your stuff, any of your live or videos.
Okay, here we go, man. I'm putting it out there.
So, by the way, guys, this is normally what Kickstarter people do in the background and don't do it live. But, you know, Rob and I are different type of people. We'll show you our techniques right off the bat.
Well, and it's also important because that's kind of what I do. I do show people how to do things, and people are always asking me, well, how do you do this? This is how you do it, painstakingly. Slowly, you get it done. And you hustle, you talk about it, you talk about how powerful. And you know what? I'll admit it, and I've said this in private, and I think I've said this publicly a few times. I screwed up my last Kickstarter. I mentally was not, I'd been going through some stuff, some injuries were really nagging me, and I was hurting. And I wasn't talking about it a lot, and Travis had seen it. Travis knew that I wasn't there mindset-wise, and I knew that something was off about me, and I didn't have the same energy I did. And I reacted poorly to what happened. Yes, things happened with my Kickstarter that were not under my control, but I could have handled it better, and I didn't. So that's on me. So I'll publicly apologize for not showing a better side of myself. I should have just postponed the project and waited till I was healed and had the energy. Because I'm excited about this Kickstarter. I actually thought I was going to be nervous about being on Kickstarter when you first handed it to me, but I kind of ran with it like my first Kickstarter. I've had a lot of fun putting it together.
Yeah, I mean, what happens is, Rob, is, you know, especially, let's talk about your stuff as you're doing all this. When you get to start doing this as we are doing it, because we're doing it as one step above being hobbyist, I would say. We're doing Kickstarter. These are our dreams. These are our goals. So Rob has spent so much time building that audience that you hope every Kickstarter you need to incite and make sure that audience is ready to go. And I think that's what Rob, you know, kind of failed to do because of his personal stuff. He didn't make sure his audience was ready to go. He just assumed they would just be there. And you can't do that, unfortunately. Our books come out too infrequently. And, you know, especially Rob, he's at so many cons. You know, he's busy promoting the next con or promoting you guys, but sometimes he forgets to promote himself.
Yeah. Sad but true. And I remember when I was talking about the fact that I was kind of bothered by the fact that I felt like people had forgotten about me. And people were like, well, you can't say that. And I'm like, why? I'm just talking about my feelings. People really reacted weirdly to me saying I had felt that I was let down by people. Like, well, I shouldn't have had to back your comic. And I'm like, I'm not saying you should have. I'm just saying that you could have shared it. And I kind of got into like a dumb battle about that because I was so involved in it. I didn't see that, like Tris said, I just hadn't really reached out to my community of backers. And I would get emails now that, like, it just shake my head like, of course, I missed out because people are like, hey, whatever happened to that Kickstarter you said you were going to do? So I hadn't reached where I needed to. I stupidly didn't think email lists were important. And sure enough, they are super important.
Right.
And I now know that I have to get milk for little boy, Travis. I'm going to put you on screen for a little bit.
Yeah, I can talk for a minute.
Yeah, here, you do talky thing, and I'm going to get him some milk. And I'm going to put you back on the Kickstarter. And hold on one second, kiddo. And I'm gonna just put. Hold on. I'm coming. I'm gonna play the video so they have something to see. There you go. So that's gonna just play.
Well, mute yourself though. All right, guys. So as we talk about this, what's so important about a project like this is it's really getting the indie community together. So we talked about things like anthologies. So anthologies are used every day in the medium of comics. So what that means is when you have a book that's an anthology, everybody gets their little say and they create a story and they submit the story, and then normally the person who sells it gets all the money. You get some comp copies and that's the way it works. Your goal is that you're in that book, that more people are going to see you, and the more comics you've written, the better reputation you have, et cetera, et cetera. That's all well and good. What the Advocator did was we're like, no, we want to take your brands, the brands that you have, that you've created, that you're passionate about, put it in a book and give everyone a taste of it. It's just a taste of people's brands. From Modern Testament, he has a trade paperback of all those stuff. Broke Down for Dead Bodies. We have issue 1 out right now. Issue 2 is coming out later. Binary Star has the first trade out. They just started chapter 10 today. Grimwood Crossing. Volumes 1 and 2 are out, and Ambiance is coming, or Ominous, that's what they're called. It's coming out later on. Welcome to the Void is out. Welcome to the Void is a great story. Issue 0 is out, and again, we're going to keep pushing these things forward. So that's what this is all about. That's what it's for. That's what we're trying to do. We're really excited about this project and people getting behind it and seeing what it's all about. So that is what's going on there right now. Again, we're just sharing it out to let everyone know that we're live and we're doing our thing, man. This Kickstarter is super exciting to us and to a lot of people involved. We've got so many great creators involved, and even creators who are not part of the project normally. From Martha, who's doing my coloring, to Jamie. To Kyron did a cover. Everything is great. We've done all sorts of really cool things and honored everybody's projects. So if you see this and you're interested in it, definitely back it. Get behind it. We don't need a lot of money to go live. We need 2,700. But really, like, if you guys are fans of these projects, this is a time that you can back all these books for one time. So it's really, really cool that we're doing that and getting that going. And getting the project out there. We're at 215 right now, which is great. We've got 11 backers. Just started everything going on. I'm going to read his little thing. So Advocator presents a collection of short stories from indie creators who have their own pre-established franchises, now offering continued short stories of the characters you've fallen in love with, and many even gain insight of those characters. For some of us, creators featured in this volume, they already have a fan of you. You've got a new story that you've never seen before. The Advocator presents the new way for advocating for creators and the creations by allowing and challenging them to create new stories within their worlds and then advocating for each other on the Comic-Con highway. A great benefit of this project is creators are all equal in the project and all creators will get an even share of the printed book. No one creator profits over the other creators outside of the hustle of their sales at their table. So yeah, so everybody's getting it. And what this is really going to do was, for me, I got broke down in 4 Dead Bodies #1. So this book, if you get it, you now have a second thing to buy at my table because you only have one issue to buy. This gives you a second book to buy. When I have broke down in 4 Dead Bodies 2, you'll have another book to buy. So all this is doing is helping build our brand, build our exposure, and really showing you guys what's going on and getting you guys part of this project and getting you to learn more about what we're trying to do and what we're building to create. There's a lot of comics out right now. There's a lot of really cool projects on Kickstarter, and we're really happy that you decided to back us. Rob will be back in a second. He's getting some milk. But yeah, this is a real passionate project for us. I'm excited about where it's going. I'm excited about issue 2 and what's going to go there. I can't take over the screen or show you some of the issue 2 stuff, but this is going to keep going. We're committed to 4 issues, so we'll have 4 issues this year. If you are a creator and you're watching this video, go ahead and message us. Message us in the Advocator. We have a franchise. We have a little book. Let's see. So you can go to the Advocator indie comics anthology, you can just ask to join that group. And then that group right there will get you added and we'll get you connected and we'll get you start looking at this book and looking at what we're doing with it and how it's going to help you and help indie creators because we want to help you. So let's see if anybody has any questions. I know we're live on a whole bunch of different platforms. So I think we're live in the Advocator. So I'm going to go there. If you have any questions, go to the Advocator Facebook page. Let's see. All right. I got some of my backers coming over to check this out. Let's see. Live. Sorry, I'm trying to find us. So if I'm boring, I apologize. Rob had to take off. He's the talker.
I hear that.
Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? I can't seem to find where people are leaving messages. I know people are seeing this because tons of people are sending me messages to become their friend. Connor's out there pushing it right now. Apparently, it's time to wake up in Alaska. So that's good. Let's see. Frank just got on. He just got it. So that's cool. I mean, we're doing it. Let's see. Hold on one second. I may have a surprise for you. All right. So we're not going to be on too much longer anyways. This is only supposed to be short. We wanted to get 10 backers. We got 10 backers. We're at 215%. It's a cool little video. Sorry about Rob's noises in the background. I invited Connor, who I know is promoting it right now. I invited him onto our little chat. Let's see if he can join. I don't know. So let's see. Connor's replying right now.
Did you invite Connor on?
I did. He's getting dressed.
Okay.
So we'll get Connor on in a second. He's gonna get dressed. Apparently, he doesn't want to do this in the nude. Sorry to bore you guys. And I can't even change your video, so you guys are just looking at a blank screen, I'm sure. Because the video does not go on repeat.
It doesn't. Hold on. I'll turn it back on. Jax is having I don't know what I want to eat because I don't feel good, but I want to eat everything, but you have everything wrong.
Right.
Kids being sick is not always fun.
I'm waiting for my wife to message me back of when she's coming home. Because I want to go see Aquaman today. What are you guys excited about? Aquaman stuff. Where were you chatting, Rob? I know you can hear me. What group were you chatting in so I can reply to people? I'll find you guys. Rob has a billion groups, so when he goes on, he may even be just going live on his personal thing. So I'll find you guys. He's got to refresh his page too. He plays the video, but it says we have zero backers. So, what is going on? So I have a bald spot on my tire that I need to fix. That's so bad that I am surprised that I have not died. So that's a thing. It's the worst part about a Kickstarter is you just refresh over and over again to look at backers.
I wonder if I can make that loop.
Yeah, Tyler just asked to talk about the Advocator on his comics launch podcast.
Let him talk about it.
Oh, I probably shouldn't say that loud. I'm sorry. Ignore that for anybody paying attention. You didn't hear that.
Here, Jax is having food issues. I'm going to start it over and play it to give you a minute to do something. So
Okay.
now people are coming in for the first time, I'm sure.
All right. Well, Connor's coming on. Why don't you mute yourself? So Connor's going to come on for a second so we don't hear the crying in the background.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me get rid of me. Muting.
Yeah, Connor's coming on right now.
All right. Later.
Can you give me control?
I don't know if I can I? I don't think it works that way. Just call me if you need something changed, and I'll change it.
Okay.
I'm close by. I'm
Well,
muted.
just put me as the focus. Can't you put me as the main thing, and then I can share my screen and stuff.
There you go, pretty. You're up.
I'm up.
Yeah, you're the main screen.
All right, cool.
All right, there you go.
So I'm going to share my screen so I can talk about, show you guys the project, show you everything. So, yeah, we're doing some cool things here. Connor's going to come on in a second. I'm waiting for my wife to get here. So it has been a crazy day. Is Connor on?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Connor, what's up, brother?
What up?
I can only share my screen, so I think they could see you because I'm sharing my screen, so you're good.
Can they hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Cool.
So, how are you, man?
I'm good. I'm taking a little hiatus, but I'm back ready to get in the game again.
Yeah, it was funny. It was really funny. So we were talking, and don't take this offensive, but Chuck was going, "Hey, so what do you think of our group? What do you think we're at?" I was like, "You know what? It's sad that our weakest link right now, because I haven't seen Connor in about 2 months, is Connor. But Connor's a player when it comes to marketing. So if our weak link is Connor, we don't have anything to worry about."
Oh yeah, well I'm gonna help share that, and I'm gonna after I get some of these shipping errors fixed with my current Kickstarter, I'm gonna share it with them and stuff, and we're gonna get it going. I'm gonna share it up with my email list and everything. So we're gonna get it going.
Yeah. So so you had some errors with Swords and Sorrow? I've got my copy right here, and it is amazing.
Yeah, I've had 2 backers from different countries. Thank you, by the way. But I've had 2 backers from different countries tell me that they received their package open with no comics in it.
So random other people are reading your comic? That's awesome.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so I'm just trying to fix that.
But of course, they're the international people, right?
Well, no, one of them is a U.S. citizen. The other one I think is in like Germany or something.
Okay.
But I don't know why.
Kraken fulfilled, and this project Kraken is fulfilling us as well.
Cool. So have you ever used Kraken before?
I haven't. Tell me about it. Tell everyone about it. How's it going to work?
Well, I was mostly just wondering because I noticed that they sent all of my comics as media mail.
Right.
Do you know why that that's a bad thing, right?
Why is that a bad thing?
So media mail is cheaper, but comics don't technically count as media mail.
Okay.
And so if the packages do get opened up, and they find out there's a comic book inside of them, they will send it back.
Huh. All right. So did you have a lot of stuff come back?
They haven't told me because it'd be sent back to them.
Ah,
But
okay.
both people that received their packages opened said that the art print, which counts as media mail, the art print
Right.
was in there, but the comics weren't. So I'm wondering if the post office like opened them up and took the comics out because they weren't media mail and then just sent the poster, but they wouldn't do that. They would just send the whole thing back, right? They wouldn't.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't assume, man. No, they would send the
Yeah,
whole
they
thing
wouldn't
out.
dissect the packages, right?
No, 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 absolutely. By the way, just so you're a record, we are live, just so you're aware. On a
Oh
screen
shoot,
somewhere.
I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good. You haven't said anything bad. I just want to let you know.
Wait, I'll let you know how Kraken is. They're
But yeah,
slow, but
there's
they're
nothing wrong with,
responsive.
again, these are things that we learn. From Connor, from anybody. We use these companies like Kraken, and we expect the experts, and sometimes these things happen. But these are great questions for us to ask going forward. Hey, is this okay? Can we do that? It's not a big deal. It's just knowing what to do.
Yeah. So yeah, if any of you guys out there are shipping comics, unless you want to take the risk, don't send media mail.
I just sent a whole bunch, and I took the risk.
Well, that's okay. That is a risk that is worth taking to some people.
Right,
It's
sure.
it's not it's and like honestly like the repercussions can vary anywhere between none to like a bunch getting sent back, but most likely either nothing's going to happen or just a little bit are going to be sent back.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
And
So can you tell us about the Grimwood Crossing story in this Advocator?
yeah, so Grimwood Crossing follows two monster hunters in the Wild West. They're also lawmen of their town, and this short story in particular follows their hunt for the ghost of a witch that's terrorizing a trail in the town.
Nice, nice, nice. And this has been only like high level backers have this, right? So some people may have read this, but only the highest level backers have read it, right?
Yeah. This is the only place this story was published was the special edition of Grimwood Crossing Volume 2 for which is a Kickstarter exclusive.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
And was it in print, that one?
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
But
okay.
only for the higher level backers.
Yeah. That's cool, man. So yeah, so a lot of people, this is going to be their first time. What I love about this project too is it allows you to have something on the table. So because your stuff is both trades, right? Grimwood is 1 and 2 are both trades.
Yeah,
Trade
I
size?
have they're volume trades and they're also split up into issues.
Right. But okay. But when you sell them at cons, do you do a lot of conning because you're in Alaska or no?
I the Alaska just had its first Comic Con last year.
Okay.
And it went really well. It went really
No.
awesome. Met a lot of people, sold some books, met some readers, so that was really cool. And I'm gonna do it again this year. So
Nice.
so
Nice.
I've only done one con.
Nice. Okay. But what's great about this book is it allows you, because you're getting it relatively for free, right? If this backs, you're getting a whole bunch of copies. We're going to send out all your copies to the backers, and you're going to get a whole bunch of copies that you can do whatever you want. You can hand them out. You can leave them
Hell
at the
yeah.
front. You can do whatever you wanted to try to sell the books you want to sell. So there's nothing wrong with that. So this gives you a lot of opportunities for you. You know.
This anthology was something that I've seen like a lot of people have ideas kind of like, but it's hard to get like a bunch of creators together. And I think one of the key aspects about this project that makes it going to be successful is just who we got to be in this book. You know, all of us have either done Kickstarters before or have put out a comic before, and all of these stories are part of larger worlds, part of established comics already. So it's just not only is everything nice and contained, but it's going to be a great jumping off point to these already proven creators.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone, I was just saying that everyone here has funded for at least 3,000. Most of us more than 3,000, but at least 3,000. Our smallest guy is at 3,000. How cool is that? You know, so that each of us have these decent backers and things, and we're sharing. We're basically sharing our audiences
Yeah.
for the work. So it's pretty cool.
And what's really exciting is I've worked with Chuck on others on Chuck is the writer for Welcome to the Void, and that has a short story in this issue too, and it's gonna be really cool to show people my comic and be like, yeah, it was edited by this guy, and we're also in this anthology together over here. You know, like nice little segues, and then from there, people will find Broke Down and Four Dead Bodies.
Right, exactly, and everyone needs some Broke Down and Four Dead Bodies.
Yeah, everyone needs four dead bodies in their trunk.
Right, absolutely. I mean, from what I hear, that's most of Alaska, anyways. Right? That's your biggest problem is finding dead bodies in trunks.
Yeah. So there's three types of people in Alaska: those who are broke down on the side of the road, those who are hiding dead bodies in their car, and those that are both.
Right. That's just the reality of what's happening. And for anybody from Alaska who's paying attention, we're not saying that this is all an Indian problem. This is a white problem. This is all across the board problem in Alaska that needs to be addressed. It really does.
Yeah. In all seriousness, though, the roads do need to be addressed. There's always people broke down on the side of the roads.
Right. And there's, and phones don't work. You don't have great cell reception except for in the major cities. Like, there's a lot that needs to be addressed out in Alaska.
Well, AT&T has in like some of the you're not going to get that great of cell service out in like the native villages or anything, but AT&T has decent coverage over some of the more rural areas. Verizon's ironically not very good in Alaska, even though it's better in the rest of the United States.
Why is that ironic? Is there something I should know?
Oh, it's just Verizon usually has better coverage than AT&T from what I've heard.
No, that's what the commercials say.
Well, that's just what I've heard a lot of people say.
All right.
But AT&T always is always playing the bad guy. They're always going to be the Sith Lord of all the phone companies.
Right, exactly. They don't play.
Yeah. So where are we at on this
Let's see where we're at. We're at 215 at 2,700. But remember, we're going on a Friday night. Lots of Christmas party. I think Rob is back with us. Rob, do you want to unmute yourself and come talk to us? I see him moving his screen.
Yeah, I've been playing for like the last 10 minutes, getting everything done I was talking about getting done. So,
so Rob, have you met Connor?
No, I'm not even sure we're friends on Facebook.
Oh, wow.
I think we are.
Are we? I honestly don't know. You'll have to forgive me.
I like that. I like the little sliver cover you made for Grimwood. I want to use that for like a bookmark.
Do it, man. Let me fix it up a little bit because that's just the concept. There's a little bit of I think if you look at it, and I can show it on my screen right now. Because we did this last minute, and I need a couple high-res images. Right here, I want to blend it better. Between your Grimwood and that, there's just a little bit of blend I want to put on that final cover. So once I do, for whatever.
Luckily, there's a little bit of abstract texture in the background, so it should be easy to blend.
Oh yeah. I mean, with all these other guys, this is. I don't know if you noticed this, Travis. I altered this picture completely right here. You see it?
Oh, did you?
Yeah, there's something here.
Yeah, he cut out the logo and made it smaller, and then blended the background behind it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I'm just what I do. Don't tell anyone I can do it though, because then people start asking me. The first year I did Indie Advocates, people got to know that I can make certain things like PDF files, and I can actually fix pictures. And I spent 6 months fixing other people's books. There are so many books that I have touched that I don't have any credit to that it's amazing because I had to fix something for a friend. So I stopped.
I just started
to let people know what I could do because I was working on their projects instead of my own.
I just started taking graphic design clients for the recently myself. I've been
Yeah,
having a lot of fun making a little bit of money that way.
people say I should do it, but then Travis says I can't letter, so I don't know what to do.
I can help you letter.
No. He just doesn't like my lettering because I'm progressive and he's stuck back in the 1960s and wants me to do it like they did in Marvel.
I like to change, or like I always like to do things that are like a little bit different than like normal lettering. For instance, like Grimwood, I've had some people say they don't like this, but I personally still like it. But Grimwood, for instance, has like these straight tails, and like I thought that would like went with like a really good kind of like not so formal style, kind of like an informal, like messy but still neat style, because it's just like straight, or the bubble tails are just like straight instead of like a fancy curve.
From what I saw, I liked the lettering in that. I thought it fit well, and I like the fact that you took chances. I get it. And one of my friends who does creature entertainment, John, he said that people are just, that's my son in the background dancing. He said people are conditioned to like what they like. When you change something, it messes with them. They don't know what to do with it because it's not the normal thing. It's like the Joker said, as long as it goes to the plan, everyone's happy.
Yeah, I learned a lot through lettering Grimwood. You can definitely see how I got like more polished and neat throughout the series.
Oh yeah, I mean we all do that. You learn, and that's what I tell indie creators all the time. You have to make the mistakes to learn. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what remastered and director's cut are all about. It's about
yeah.
Just don't do the Star Wars thing where you ruin a classic. Don't do that.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny. I was just talking about this with someone else. I grew up on the VHS box set, the original trilogy, and my family didn't get like a DVD player until like later. And so I just that's all I watched Star Wars on. And then when I like moved, like right before I graduated high school, it got lost. The box set got lost in the move. So I downloaded these Blu-ray versions, right?
Yeah.
And I had always watched it on VHS, so I wasn't told about like these changes or anything.
Oh no!
So I'm just watching it, expecting good old fashioned Star Wars, and all of a sudden this CGI freaking monster walks in front of the screen, and all of a sudden Han is shooting second, and I'm just like so confused that I had to look it up and to find out that like he edited all that stuff.
I remember I was in the theater when they first did this whole remastered thing, and I went to go see it, and I was like, okay, maybe it'll be better. People were literally saying, what the fuck out loud in the movie theater. Or whatever. Like, people were genuinely pissed off because, like you said, it was a cherished part of your... It's like if you found out that Winnie the Pooh wasn't a bear, but he was actually a serial killer hiding inside Winnie the Pooh the whole time. No!
Yeah, the Chucky situation.
Yeah, that's not what you do to Winnie the Pooh. And that's what a lot of people felt like because there was such groundbreaking stuff that he did that he threw away because he could do better now. So that's an
and it just doesn't, and also just the CGI stuff did not match just the rest of the movies. You know what I mean? The rest of the effects.
Yeah, it totally, and it made it look like. And I'm not going to get into a Star Wars heat battle with anyone in the comments because I know that people are very serious about their Star Wars. But I'm going to say it right now. Episode 4, 5, and 6 are still the best.
Of course.
Right now.
Of course.
Travis, you don't like the first 3 Star Wars, right? You said they were awful.
I like Revenge of the Sith.
I was just gonna say you got to give credit to Revenge of the Sith. It's all right.
I'm one of the few people who like Jar Jar Binks, and I really agree with the fact that I think that he was the hidden Sith. I think. That he was
I've heard that one.
Well, I actually like Attack of the Clones until they do that like switching head part with the drawings of C-3PO. Like that movie, I'm like super into it. It's got like a plot twist, like he's trying to corrupt people, and then they do that stupid thing at the end. I'm like, what the hell's happening? We have Jango Fett get his head chopped off in one section, and C-3PO acting like a friggin' moron in the other. I don't understand.
Travis is like, what did you do? I was enjoying this.
Right.
Spider-Man 3, the Venom one, the original Spider-Man. I was
Spider-Man 3?
Yeah, the one where he becomes Venom.
Yeah.
I was okay with that entire movie until the moment that he starts dancing in the street. I couldn't take it serious anymore. When Peter Parker,
I mean, at least that was like Sam Raimi camp. I couldn't get past the fact that I'm sorry. In no world should my scrawny ass be buffer than fucking Venom. Sorry. No fucking way. Frickin'. Sorry. I'm very adamant about Venom in that movie.
did you like New Venom? Did you
I
see
haven't
it?
seen it yet, but I'm gonna go into it just prepared to have fun. I'm not too worried about, like all the nitpicks and stuff. Like I wish it failed horribly so that like Sony would stop messing with the Spider-Man stuff. But at the same time, like I do want to enjoy the movie. So,
Travis, did you see Venom?
Did I see Venom?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's one of my all-time favorite characters. Of course I did.
Did you like it? We never talked about that actually.
I liked it. What I liked about it is they took a lot of the history of Venom recently. It's not the original continuity, but it is some of the more modern stuff and put it in there. I just felt that Riot was weak, like the villain was weak. But I thought the Venom himself was okay. Some of the sounds was really hard to hear, but I thought it was okay overall.
Yeah, their editing definitely didn't do great. You know, they put some funding on it, fearing
it's like a DC movie.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I heard Aquaman was actually good.
I know. I want to see that. My wife needs to get home, so she'll bring me.
Yeah, I want to see that too. I'm trying to find. I have this mock-up for what was it? What it is? It's just a mock-up for like a physical comic book. So like we could put a picture of the physical comic book on the campaign.
Yeah, we're looking at that. Yeah, please do.
I could just bust it out right now, real quick. I just got to find the template for it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Because we were talking about doing that, Travis. Because I found it on Chuck's thing, and I was like, "Did you do this for Chuck? Did it look cool?"
Oh yeah, I did that for Chuck.
We didn't put our normal lines. We didn't put the pledge levels or any of that stuff in there. We will. We just haven't done it because there's just a lot to talk about. So it's already stretches really far down. And we can't do like the normal stuff that we'd like to do with stretch goals and all that because we want to make it so like you're not stuck sending individual stuff out for you and I'm stuck sending out individual for us because that could mess up somebody else's. So we don't want to do
that. The one that Chuck has is actually the one that I'm gonna use for you because I made that for Chuck.
Nice.
Found the person who did, because we knew Chuck didn't do it. Immediately, we were like, okay, this is above Chuck. Who did this for him?
I just got to find the Photoshop file. I cannot find it to save my life.
Go ahead and put your page in, too. Just use the other cover, but put your page in.
Use the Grimwood Advocator cover?
No. Use the other cover, but you know how it has an internal page? Use your story as the internal page.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, I'm gonna find this. We
got 41 days. We have 41 days, so we got plenty of time to get it out.
It's also really great for I think I found it. It's also really great for sharing, like online.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like share, like because people see it and they're like, oh, this is a different magazine mock-up. Man, I have a lot of these. Oh my God.
I've got a whole bunch of interviews lined up for a couple of my other projects, so I'm going to be promoting this heavy in those interviews.
Nice.
Because I've got Breakdown 2 coming out, and I've got a book called Dog Days.
Nice.
That reminds me, we got to tell Brian that we're live.
Yeah, you can. I actually got to go in a second, though. I've got to get the kids dinner and stuff.
All right, you beautiful people, I found it.
Oh, look at that.
All right, now I just got busted out real quick. I got to find the Advocator cover. What's the basic Advocator cover? Where is it?
Well, either one. So, see the thing that's the 2? You can use either side of that.
Travis, I'm going to send you the file.
Oh, okay.
See it? You can use either side. That's going to be the front and the back.
Okay, I'm vain as F, so I'm gonna use the side that has my comic on it.
That's fine.
Cool. Yeah,
It's actually like, no kidding aside, it's actually the better side because the art on that side is significantly better than the other side. And again, not that it's bad because Modern Testament's really good. I even think Stephen Preston's art, but those three at least look like they flow together. Like they all kind of look like the same style, just colored different. Where on
the ones on the left look like hot or like high concept fictions, and the one on the right are more based in reality.
Yeah.
You know, we got flying skulls with cowboys. We got this sci-fi beautiful alien woman, and we got like this minds effing thing that Welcome to the Void has.
Yeah.
That's
it's a guy kicking in the face.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm just talking about the concept of the comic is like it's very mind bending. Let's see, busting this and up. All right. I like the logo. It's nice and simple, and it somehow you know works for a book that has a bunch of different themes.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I know Travis has to go. I actually have to go too right now. Connor, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And I'll send this picture over to one of you guys here in the next few minutes.
Yeah, do that or send it in the development group, and we'll go from there.
Okay, cool.
As the project manager, Travis, you get the last word. Send us home.
So again, Bacchus, we know you guys are crazy busy, and a lot of you guys aren't going to watch this video till tomorrow. We get it. It's cool. Connor is a great creator. Grimwood Crossing is a great book. This gives you a taste of it. If you love it, you can order the rest. Welcome to the Void. Chuck does amazing work. Binary Star, Jamie's book is amazing, super fun. I, of course, love Broke Down 4 Dead Bodies. If you want to buy a copy, you can buy it on the website. I'm shipping them out tomorrow. Order now. Modern Testament, that is a great trade paperback. And Mirror Revise, that is our first two-parter in this book. So you get 4 pages here, and you need to fund this if you want the second part.
All right.
See you guys later.
Peace.
All right, Connor, we're out. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and welcome to the future of advocating.